Well, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great Saturday. Don Terrell here with the Color of Motion, and I am so excited to get this show off the ground. And welcome everybody to the show. I want to thank everybody for joining in, and I hope you are all looking forward to a great show as well. Of course, I am going to be doing my little housework here with sharing it. I encourage you to share it as well. Again, Don Terrell, welcome to the Color of Motion. I appreciate you showing up. And of course, we are broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Not Twitter, but LinkedIn. So I appreciate you joining us on any one of those platforms, and you can find me at Don Terrell. If you're just joining, please make sure that you let me know who you are and where you are tuning in from. I am doing my little housekeeping, making sure that we are broadcasting live. Miss Karen Golden, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope everything is well with your mother. I just wanted to let you know. I'm getting an echo. I'm getting everything on echo. Oh, I hope that's not me then. Giving an echo. Uh, is it real? Let me know if it's really bad on your end, Karen, because I'm not hearing the echo. So Mr. Neil, I appreciate you tuning in. Neil, let me know if you're hearing an echo. Karen said she's hearing an echo, and I just want to make sure everything is okay. I'm trying to make sure that we are broadcasting on all my channels here. I appreciate you tuning in as well. We are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on Facebook. So it seems to be working pretty good. And these lights are hot. I want to turn these lights down. So we're good. All right. All good here on LinkedIn. All right, everybody is good. Hopefully, the sound is good. Of course, as usual, this is my first show, so I'm still working out the kinks. But I appreciate everybody again tuning in to the Color of Motion. I said before that the reason that I created this show was I really wanted to highlight people of color and from diverse backgrounds in motion graphics, animation, visual effects, and digital design. And not digital design, motion graphics, visual effects, cartoons, and comics industry. And really wanted to bring these stories to the forefront. And so I'm so excited about the guest I have on today. I had a chance to connect with him a while ago on LinkedIn and been following his work and really enjoyed his style of drawing. Such striking characters, great color. And I've got a little slideshow of his work so that you can see some of his work beforehand that I'd like you to check out. Yes, that's just a little taste of his work. Such great work. Originally born in Miami, Florida, grew up from a military family, but always enjoyed drawing his whole life. Played sports, but still always had a passion and a love for animation. He went from homeless because of Katrina to eventually migrating to Atlanta and graduating top of his class, residing in Atlanta, Georgia. He has now loves to create characters and drive story with compelling characters, which is why he created his feature cartoon, Team Supreme, which we're going to dive into in the show as well. But it's about a group of pint-sized kids that have a disability, but also have amazing superpowers as well. So I'm looking forward to talking about the genesis of that, where it's going, why he created it, and what his plans for are. It's been in major magazines and media sites, done character designs for Nickelodeon, Dime Live, Black Skulls, is now currently doing character design work with Netflix. Everybody, please join me in welcoming my very special guest, Joshua Leonard. Joshua, we appreciate you coming on.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Gotta give you a round of applause for coming on. Got to give you a round of applause for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much, Joshua, for taking out the time and joining me on the show and just kind of having this kind of casual conversation and learning more about you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So, I guess start out from the beginning. You're originally from Miami, Florida.
Yes, sir.
And coming from a military family, I think I found it interesting that you went from homeless because of Katrina, and I'm from Houston, so we got a lot. When Katrina happened, a lot of people migrated to Houston, which we still have a lot of people that just didn't go back,
right.
Because of Katrina. But how did that situation kind of get you going?
Yeah, well, I have a lot of people in Houston. I'm up in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all out there, man. But being a Hurricane Katrina victim has made me appreciate like smaller things in life, like little things that most people kind of overlook. Time, time to spend with people. So it's certain things that I really don't take for granted anymore. So, and that's what really helped me out.
Gotcha. So, have you been? I mean, when did you realize that you always kind of had a passion for animation drawing as a youngster? But when did you realize that that was something that you wanted to pursue and do?
I would say when I met my knee up playing football. So I had my knee, and I still was recruited. I was able to go back and play. Even with the college recruiting and all of that, could have played college ball. I still felt like I was too skinny, I was too small, so I just wanted to really not get broken up on football. But I think that's pretty much it, man. I knew after the athletics went kind of away, that's when I really wanted to just pursue animation.
But you always had a skill for drawing, though, and kind of that passion for it. And I hope everybody, like I said, is kind of hearing this okay, because I know we're still, there's an echo in it. Do you hear it on my end, Shalani? I appreciate you, Shalani, for joining us. Do you hear it now? Please let me know if you hear it now or if you hear it on Joshua's end, because I know he was talking about he heard an echo on his end. So I just want to make sure moving forward that that doesn't on Joshua's end, so it might be because he's on the phone. So we'll just have to roll with it. That's what happens on a live show. So trust me, I know on a live show you roll with whatever happens. Sorry, but we're going to press forward. How did you start to develop your style? Like I say, you have a unique style, a very striking style, and you use color and light really well.
Thank you. I think, like I didn't realize I had a certain style until people started telling me, like kind of recently. But I just kind of studied like the greats in the industry, like OGs in the industry that I used to follow, Aaron Blades, Glenn King. It's so many, but I just try to learn from them and take stuff from them and add it to my own character. So, that's what I like from.
A lot of like I said, I follow Aaron Blazes. He does some live work on his channel. Amazing stuff as well. For anybody that doesn't know, Aaron Blaze is an animator and director from Disney and does a lot of. I think he worked on Black Bear. Nice show. Mr. Tico, appreciate you joining in. Mr. David, appreciate you joining in. Even though we are having some slight technical difficulties, we are rolling with it. So I appreciate everybody staying with it. But they do. He does a lot of great work for sure. And which brings me to the point of what you were saying about who you follow. Did you see when people like you, like I said, this is kind of the whole reason that I started Color of Motion was just people that looked like you that inspired you. So did you see people like kind of looked like you or had your experiences that you could draw from?
I mean, it's obviously we got like Floyd Norman. It wasn't many, especially back in the day. So I had to kind of. I knew there were black animators, black artists in the industry, but I knew it was a small few.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a lot of choices to pick from.
Got you. Well, I'm going to turn a little into kind of Team Supreme. I know we can't dive too deep into it, but tell us a little bit about Team Supreme and why you created it.
So Team Supreme, I had the idea around 2009, and being a character out of animated in the animation industry. You know, it was really not a lot of people of color back then. I think it was less than 4%. I don't know what it is now, but it's probably a little bit better now. But I didn't see characters that looked like me enough, or cartoons that show enough diversity and inclusion. So I wanted to really show that. And I still, so my whole thing is to bring characters to life that didn't look the same. You know, I wanted to have the characters an entity or look a certain way that people aren't used to seeing the beauty, you know, all the time.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from. And I started seeing that there wasn't enough diversity, there wasn't enough inclusion. So I'm gonna put all of it in this bucket and mix it all together and cook something up crazy. And that's kind of what happened. And I really want to see people that were underrepresented, you know. So I wanted to really show like put people who are other in the forefront of time.
So when did you start to see that it was gaining traction and people were really responding to it? Did that kind of surprise you or kind of catch you off guard or?
Yeah, I'm always grateful. I knew I had a dope idea, but I knew I needed a lot of research done, and it's a sensitive topic, so you got to make sure everything is done the right way.
Yeah.
But I think once Ascension.com and that interview on me, or that little feature, that little 3-minute feature, that's what made it go viral. So once that happened, then I started getting like celebrities involved, and shout out to Lena, and the whole Human crowd. But I'm overwhelmed with support from people that don't even know me, but they love Team Supreme and what I believe in. So I'm really grateful to everybody that shows love.
And I tell you what kind of got me was the video that you posted, because it really is kind of personal for me, because I have a nephew that's got autism and some learning challenges. But the video that you posted, I think it was his name was Jaden.
Jaden.
Yeah, it was such a powerful video that you posted of you meeting him, and he was just blown away when he saw you walk through the door. Well, how did that make you feel, and what was your feeling on that? Because it had to be an amazing feeling.
I love David. Shout out to Shakira Farrell. She does a great job with him. And she's the one that kind of introduced us, because she's a makeup artist, and she does cosplay stuff.
Yeah,
with her and her son. So you guys only saw the part where Jaden screaming and going crazy. When the camera was off, I was screaming and going crazy. I was happy to see it with my boy. But last year I went to New Jersey and spoke at Novartis, which is one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies. So they put me out there, and I did their what is it? Disability mentoring day.
Yeah.
And since Shakira lives in New Jersey, we kind of set that up. Like, you know what? Let's surprise him. Let's go ahead and set that up. And we made it happen, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I was excited to see him. I had the game with Team Supreme. They had video games in the hotel.
Yeah, it was such an amazing video, and just brings home the point of your work can make such an impact on somebody in such a emotional way. Like I said, for me, it was just great watching. And I know, just looking, I was viewing it through his eyes. Wow, just so excited and so surprised. So kudos to you for creating something that really touches and makes an impact. And also kudos to his mother for just putting it all together, for sure.
For sure.
So I guess I kind of know what your ultimate goal would be for Team Supreme, but where do you see it going, and really what's your kind of overall goal for it?
So the overall goal that I have, definitely, I just want it to be a household name everywhere. Just like Mickey Mouse, I want Team Supreme to be everywhere. I want a theme park section. I don't care if it's Six Flags, Disney World. It'll be inclusive. Wheelchair ramps.
Yeah.
Anybody. Just be a Team Supreme section. Kind of blocked off, but also for everybody as well. But it'll also be inclusive to certain disabilities and stuff like that. I want video games, Team Supreme video games. I'm definitely coming. Shoes. I want.
So you're just going all out.
Yeah, I want to really brand it. I want to open up a school in the later on.
So how did you choose? Okay, what challenge each child would have, and what superpower? Kind of, what was your process for creating it?
And it was kind of taking so long when people ask me what's taking so long with cartoons. Like, I really had to do a ton of research. I had to consult with a ton of people who actually have these so-called disabilities and learn from them, because there's certain terms, words I can't use, and because you don't want to step on anybody's toes. You can't please everybody, but we do our best to try to make the cartoon 100% true to life as possible. My writer is deaf. So shout out to Giselle. Also writes for Disney. And,
oh wow.
Quantico. Yeah, she's dope. But yeah, I had to do a ton of research. That's what took so long. Man. I met with doctors and nurses and actually consulted with people that actually have disabilities to learn as much as I can. Like one of my favorite, when I dropped Thumper, who was deaf, I didn't know that someone neuroplasticity, like if they're born deaf, their eyesight's not gonna be crazy good, or certain things like that. To me, that's like a superpower. I have bad eyes, but I hear okay. But I don't have like ridiculous, awesome superpowers like they do. So I felt like a cartoon was needed.
I feel it's definitely got a lot of room to really explore a lot of different things and a lot of different stories. So I'm really excited to see where you take it and where it goes to, for sure. Speaking of which, what are your kind of thoughts on, I guess, the industry as a whole? Because like you said, you don't see a lot of diversity, or you haven't really seen a lot of diversity or characters that are representative of just the true people that are out here.
So how I feel about the industry right now, it still needs work. And I'm here to put pressure on these studios to hire more diverse writing rooms and stuff like that. I think I'm not sure how genuine a lot of these studios were after George Floyd passed, but they thought to do that. If you're people of color, we're your resume, your portfolio. I mean, these young kids were happy, man, and I'm like, man, that's a slap in the face. It took his brother dying, but now you want to give us a look.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like that, man. But at the same time, you have to take what you can get at the moment. Right now, companies are looking to hire black people. They don't want to step on their toes either. They want to move money.
And that's what I was kind of afraid of, like when the whole situation came, George Floyd situation kicked off. Like I said, every company in the world put out a tweet or a post that we're behind Black Lives and we don't support this and we don't support that. We're going to be inclusive and stuff. But my thought was kind of like yours. How really intrinsic are you going to make this work? I mean, on what level? I mean, are you going to do it on every level there is to the highest level and start to really empower people of color to bring stories out there?
Right.
I mean, I get, I understand for any studio, the bottom line is money. Is it going to make money? Is it going to, bring in revenue? But I think the fact that you've seen pictures like Black Panther and other movies just bring in and just blow away box office lets you know that I think stories are universal and we all feel and we all want the same things. So having a particular character look different or this and that shouldn't not appeal to whites or Asian. It's the story of what they're going through that really connects us all.
Right. And not only that, man, when I say I'm a character, like if I draw a character black, they will have black features. So if you try to change the complexion of them, they'll still look black.
Right.
So that's the difference between my character designs, and I think what I see a lot on TV, they look the same. Like you make them yellow, they wouldn't look black anymore because the nose is too small, the lips too small. So it's certain things like that, little details that I really push with my character.
Yeah. And I'm really and truly hopeful during this time that we start to see a lot more diverse stories and diverse characters out there, because I think that was always the thing that kind of, bothered me growing up was, like I said, they create a character or even a toy, and then they make a different race toy, but they just slap the color onto the same toy. So it really didn't resonate with you as far as, okay, they look like me, they have features like me, and they have the same experiences. What I do love about this time, the internet, which has allowed me to really meet and see so many different content creators that do look like me. Like I said, how I connected with you, I connected with an African brother that's over in Africa, because he was saying the animation industry is starting to kind of grow over there. My guest next week is Latino, works at Blue Sky. You may know him, Andre Rodriguez. He's going to be on next week. But just there's so many diverse and talented people out there. I'm just really excited and hopeful that we start to come together and have a place and a forum to where we can start to make really good, engaging stories.
Right. And the stories have been good, but it's like, man, if you just have a diverse group of people working on these things, it'll be even better. That way you get everybody's input. You're not gonna make anybody feel bad because you have certain groups and know what to say, what not to say, what language to actually use.
It just brings a different experience. Like I said, so much of a different experience. I think, like I said, just the comic book characters of old, like Luke Cage and some of the other ones, they were drawn by white writers and white artists, and so it just doesn't have this same sense of personality to it. So tell me, whose work really kind of inspires you and that you really like looking at?
Like today or back in the day?
Today, yeah.
Wow. I can't think of his name. I don't want to mess it up. But, I mean, they're big time. One character designers at is it Sony did Spider-Verse movie?
Oh yeah.
He's one of them, and then there's another one in Disney that I really like. And I believe they're Asian American. I'm not sure. Man, they are ridiculous. Beautiful bird. But I study everybody. Man, to be honest, I'm always looking at stuff. But yeah, it's so many, man. But those two are top. Good.
Got you. So what are your thoughts about owning your own content versus doing work for and just giving it to a studio or a company to produce? I think what's kind of really inspired me, and another person which I really do kind of hope he steps up and kind of really starts to put his money behind a lot of black productions, is Tyler Perry. he's really kind of shown, and he's in Atlanta, so he's got a big studio out there. And he definitely has the means to kind of have a animation division, to get stuff, to really put some money behind some great stories. I would love to see that.
I've been saying that. I don't know how y'all gonna have animation like division, but not everybody wants to do that. Some people make money. I'm actually gonna. I own a studio, LLC with an animation studio, but I want a big studio in the near future. Well, it'll be diverse, produce diverse cartoons and inclusive shows and stuff like that. So,
well, you're definitely on the same.
I'm not about to wait. We're gonna keep moving. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
If they don't want to make it happen, we're not gonna back.
Definitely on the same page is what I want to do for sure too. So I'm glad that we've gotten connected as well. If you could give advice to somebody just started out, what would it be? I mean, what advice would you kind of give a young designer or animator kind of getting into the business would be?
I would say be patient, be humble, network, and brand yourself. I mean, pretty easy, but all crucial in the process of getting in, because it's a who you know type of thing. Unfortunately, you still have to be good enough, but at the same time, you still have to get that work. That's why I love LinkedIn so much. It just takes one to do the art and to see it, share it.
Yeah.
Start that.
Which is, like I said, why I love this time, because it's such a great time for content creators of all times. Because you got so many different platforms and ways of getting your content out, and just anybody. And I was having this conversation with a friend of mine the other day. And I love because like I said, I love motion graphics and After Effects. So I love watching Andrew, and I don't know if you know him, Andrew Kramer, but he does all J.J. Abrams intros and effects for all his movies and stuff. But that's how he got discovered, because he was just initially doing After Effects tutorials online and posting them online. And J.J. Abrams saw it and reached out to him and said, "Man, I like the work that you're doing. Want to come work for us?" So it's such a great way of getting your content out there and your story out there, that you don't have to go the traditional route that you would think you would have to go. Like I said, if you're a filmmaker, there's YouTube. If you're a writer, you can self-publish and sell it on Amazon or Kindle or whatnot. If you're a artist, there's Instagram. There's so many different channels of getting your work out there.
Right. Yeah. LinkedIn, how I got my first Nickelodeon.
Oh, really?
I drew something and it went viral. I was walking in the home to work. I got an email from Nickelodeon with a character design position. So it was dope. Man. It came
Wow. Wow. That is amazing. Like I said, I've really enjoyed watching, your drawing sessions and your tutorials. Do you prefer computers as opposed to traditional pencil and paper, or do you use both, or where do you like starting from?
Yeah, it really depends on where I'm at. So I don't have like a Cintiq that I can take anywhere.
Yeah.
I have a big 22-inch Cintiq. I do have sketch pads and stuff. Drawing on paper is always going to be the best to me, but coloring and stuff is easier in a program. Photoshop is easier. But I feel like you can do it in Photoshop. I can do it on canvas as well. Art. So.
Yeah. So do you like traditional art like painting, or do you do painting, watercolors?
I have a lot of oil paints. I have a big canvas back there that I need to knock out something. But I'm so busy right now with digital work. It's tough, man. But yeah, I like drawing. I like painting. I'm actually a pen and ink artist, man. I like using a pen because you can erase it. So
Yeah.
I kind of get tested that way as well. But I like drawing like figures. I love figure drawing. But yeah.
Got you. Just as a heads up to everybody, I appreciate everybody that is tuning in. We are having a little audio technical difficulty. I know a lot of you have said that you've heard an echo. I think that's a little glitch that we're having there, but I appreciate everybody that's sticking with us. And of course, as you know, as a live show, you just have to roll with what happens and go with it. Hopefully, we'll be able to definitely bring him back on for another appearance. So, but I appreciate everybody that's sticking with us while we have this great conversation. What do you use for motivation? What helps you with motivation and creativity and keeping your ideas flowing? Or do you have moments where you're just staring at the blank screen or blank paper? Or for you, is it an easy thing to just fall into something? Especially since you have characters now.
Yeah. So what motivates me like real life, like my brother passed in August, so I use that as motivation. My best friend died in 2000. So I use that as motivation. So it's like real life stuff. I got a daughter that's 15 now, so I have to like it's not hard for me to know like okay, I gotta go get it. And I'm very competitive as well. So it don't take much.
Gotcha.
It doesn't take much. What was the other half of that question?
How do you keep your kind of creativity flowing? Which, like you said, for you,
like I don't ever just have like blank page. What I do, I'll draw stuff. And sometimes I'll draw stuff and it's trash. I just don't tell y'all. Like I'll start drawing something and I'll hate it, and then just kind of okay, I'm not drawing that today. Let me get right and see what I need to do, and then I'll draw the next day. I'll wake up like, okay, this is what I should do last. So I just sometimes I'm tired, man.
Got you. So for your dream, what do you feel like you're going to have to sacrifice to give up? Like when you were doing sports, you sacrifice time with friends, or when you got this dream of Team Supreme, you sacrifice things. What do you feel like you need to let go of to make your dream, this dream that you have in your head, a reality?
Like me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, everything has been a sacrifice for me. I still sacrifice. Like I told you before, I just got off work. I don't go out, so I'm not like a party dude or nothing like that. You're not gonna see me out unless I need toilet paper or food. Like I'm in the house.
So do your friends and like friends that you hang out with, do they kind of get why you are the way you are, or do some friends just like, man, come on and hang out? And
I'm a big time introvert, but I'm extrovert. But I don't mind going out, but I like to stay busy. Like I really work on a system, like real system heavy schedule and all of that stuff. Everything is like I'm gonna have it big time. So yeah, like people that know me, friends and stuff, they know. Oh, Jay not coming out. He not going to go to things like Jason Weaver. He has to drag me. Like, man, come to this event. I'm gonna do these weeks. So then I'll think about it. And all right. but I'm not really a go out dude. I take my daughter to the mall and stuff like that, and I come home and I'm exhausted, I'm drained, so I have to control my peace big time. So.
Gotcha. So do you think, you said you played sports and was into sports, do you think that had a big influence on structuring you with staying on schedule and really keeping focused on whatever goal it was that you're looking at now?
I don't think it was sports. I think the sports made me competitive, but I think it was my pops that kind of gave me that structure. Because, you know, he's a retired chief, 3 master's degrees, 2 bachelor's degrees. So I never, he never like, baby, you know, you need to do this, and he can be like, you need to do this. He's like, man, whatever makes you happy, do it. So I kind of just saw that growing up and just wanted to do it. Like I said, it's a real competitive. I'm very competitive, you know.
So where do you feel like your talent came from? I mean, was this something that you picked up, or did somebody in your family have kind of an artistic flair for them?
Probably my older brother. Like, my family is like, we're all musicians and stuff, and singing instruments, but my brother and I were the only ones that drew. You know, we draw. So once he taught me about Garfield, that was pretty much what it was. When I learned how to draw that, I was like, man, this is dope. This is dope. I just loved it.
Oh man, my thing was Peanuts growing up. So I was a big Peanuts fan and Charles Schultz fan. So like I said, another guest I'm working on getting on is Curtis, the comic strip artist.
Okay.
Ray Billingsley that does Curtis. I'm working at trying to get him on. So I was a big comic strips fan. And I love Peanuts, and Charles Schultz was everything. So I totally understand. Last question. Like I said, I know we are coming up on Quartertail, and like I said, I know how your day has been. And like I said, I appreciate you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day and being a part of being the first one, my initial guest on The Color of Motion. Technical difficulties and all, we are still having a great time, and I'm definitely going to bring you back. But last question, if you could go back in time and stand in front of the younger you, what one thing would you say to the younger you, knowing what you know now?
That's a good question. I wouldn't. Ah, man, that's tough. I don't think I would say anything. Like, I would want the same thing that I want you to happen again.
No piece of advice or something that one word of it, or just one word that you would say.
I guess be patient.
Be patient.
You know, and I think as a young person, I went through that. You know, I was like, man, I think I'm good enough. I'm good enough to do this. I'm good enough to be in this studio. When it turns out I wasn't. You know, so a lot of this stuff is timing. So, and I tell people, keep in mind, I'm out in Atlanta. Every studio out in Atlanta turned me down for a job. So, you know, I kind of gave up, but I like competition.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing for sure. Well, like I said, Joshua, I appreciate you so much. We appreciate you, The Color of Motion, so much for gracing us with this first interview, and definitely going to bring you back. Everybody, I appreciate you for hanging in there even through all the technical difficulties, but definitely for sure know that I'm going to be bringing Joshua back for sure. And like I said, Joshua, I'm I hope now I can definitely call you friend and see if there's anything that we are able to work together on with, because you are kind of in that same frame of mind that I am as far as creating a studio where there's diverse people that are putting out such great content, and really seeing that to fruition. So I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you and talking more about you and looking into more of what you're doing. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you will be directing. Is that a goal for you to direct, say, like Team Supreme into something, or animated feature, or do you like staying on the drawing, creating, really kind of creating side?
Yeah, I would do both of it. Definitely. I still want to do character design. I still want to animate, but I do want to learn that part of the business, producing, and um. So yeah, that's definitely a goal.
Yeah. One person I'm really trying to get on. I know he's going to be hard now, since he announced that Netflix is putting on his short, is Frank Abney.
That's my guy.
Hey, if you could put in a good, because I've been messaging to him and trying to, but I know, like I said, he's probably knee deep into it now because, like I said, I know he just announced that Netflix is bringing his animated short to
Canvas.
Canvas, which I've been following. If anybody knows it, please look it up. The trailer looks really beautiful and a poignant story for sure. So I know Netflix, and that's another thing that one more little point. It seems like Netflix, which I was going to kind of talk a little bit about, but it seems like Netflix is really probably one of the few companies that I've seen really kind of stepping out and bringing a lot of talent in, and really putting things out. Which I know, which is the main reason why Netflix is so big, because they do step out of the box as far as creating content, their own content, and original content. So I'm excited to see Frank's project come out, and really see it fleshed out into a really long movie or series.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank, my boy. Today's his birthday, man.
Oh, happy birthday, Frank. I would love to get you on the show. If you could put in a good word for me there, Joshua. I would love to have him on the show to talk about it. Although, like I said, I've been following Frank since he's been at Pixar. And kind of working. So I would really love to have him on the show. But definitely going to have you back, Joshua, because I know that Team Supreme is headed to something really big, really soon.
Yeah. And we got some big news coming. I'm not allowed to share it yet.
Yeah, I kind of figured that with you.
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
So that's why I said I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it probably won't be too long before we see you in the director spot, producing a major Team Supreme project. So I'm looking forward to and definitely having you back on, to promote that even more. So I'm really excited for you, brother.
Thank you.
I love, like I said, love your work, and really look forward to staying connected with you for sure, Joshua.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for listening.
Appreciate you. Like I said, I'm going to let you go, get your rest, and I will touch base with you a little bit later on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty. Guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this. I have enjoyed having Joshua on. And like I said, we just touched on just a little bit of some of the things that I wanted to, because like I said, time goes by so quickly. I appreciate everybody that stuck around through all the little technical glitches and technical difficulties. Of course, I always say, It's a live show, so you just gotta roll with the way things go and what comes up. So that was part of what comes up, and definitely always working to make the color of motion the best that it can be. But truly, the reasoning why I did this was we touched on it so many ways. Is the fact that I want to highlight so many people of color from diverse backgrounds and different perspectives that I've had the honor and privilege of connecting with, and Joshua was one of them for sure. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. Again, you know that I am on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So please connect with me. You can find me at Don Terrell. So connect with me so that you will get notifications of when the Color of Motion goes live. Just as a side note, if you want to check out Joshua, he is on Instagram. Make sure you follow him on Instagram at I'm Joshua Leonard. And you'll really start to see the scope of his work. I can't say it enough how powerful his images are and how great his drawing is. And I'm expecting big things from Team Supreme, and just what he's got coming down the pipeline I know is going to be really big. Connect with him. He's also on Twitter at I'mJoshuaLeonard.com. Also connect with him on YouTube because he does some great video drawing sessions that he does. He sometimes posts them on LinkedIn, but I'm pretty sure that he shares them on his YouTube channel as well. So make sure that you connect with him there. I appreciate you joining me so much for the Color of Motion, where stories come in all shades for sure. Every Saturday at 3 p.m. Central Time. Again, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure you follow me there. If you know of anyone that you think might be a great fit for the show, email me. You see this scrolling down here. Email me at don.terrell at DG Graphics and let me know. I would love to connect with them and bring them on the show possibly. Again, connect with me at Don Terrell on any of the other platforms, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure that you tune in next week. It's going to be a great show. I have my great friend Andre Rodriguez from Blue Sky Studios. He is a digital modeler and has worked on some of the biggest shows, biggest films out there that have been out there, and I'm sure you'll see them. Sure that you've seen them, and we will have a great conversation for sure. So I'm looking forward to next week seeing everybody. Join me Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. With that being said, we are going to close out this first session of the Color of Motion. Color of Motion. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that stuck with me through the technical difficulties, but it happens. So I think it was a great show. Joshua was a great guest. Definitely plan on bringing him back. And as always, I am constantly refining the shows. So if you have any tips, suggestions, or ideas, please shoot me an email, and I would love to hear it. So with that, you have a great rest of the Saturday and a great rest of the weekend. And I'll see you next week.